I want to send you a message before starting today's topic. Anything that can be bought with money is actually cheap. And I repeat again, anything that can be bought with money is actually cheap. You'll probably find that in most cases, people just misunderstand this sentence when they first read it. They believe that money is the most important thing. Why? More and more people have been looking for opportunities to make money, but the difficulty of this task forces some people to give up on it. As a result, those who succeed in making money are even more rare. As a result, those who manage to achieve financial success are even more important than those who don't. But you are different. Through the previous video, you already know, the most precious asset you have is your attention. Therefore, I hope you have one point in mind: focus, time, and money. You might be wondering, is this setup acceptable? The answer is yes, of course. We will compare and contrast the two parts for you. It's pretty clear which of the two is more important, time or money. When you put time in perspective, it basically means every single thing that every human does. Then when you think about how much money is necessary to buy time, essentially items to distract ourselves, it becomes much clearer that time is what really matters when we look at the bigger picture. As I said before, the freedom you need is actually not too far away. When that day does come, you won't have to trade your time for money anymore. Because selling time is not cost-effective, because the value of time is higher than the value of money. Now we can give an explanation from another angle. The reason why your time sells is because it is generally better to spend money on your time. So, in terms of value, time is greater than money. I can give you an example. Recently, I often use a personal assistant service platform called Skip the Dishes. You can get someone to run errands for only $5 on this app and get a Starbucks delivered too. For me, the $5 are really worth it. Because according to my typing speed, I can type out hundreds or thousands of words in 10 minutes. Just $5 can save me a lot of time and help me maintain concentration on writing for a little bit longer. Is it a valuable investment? Some people who care about the quality of life will pay for an hourly worker to clean their home, which in my opinion is cost-effective. Please note that I am talking about cost-effective, not right or wrong. Look at how many families fight over trivial housework, and you'll know how many people completely get time over money in the wrong order. Just spend a few dollars and you can avoid quarrels, which is a good deal. Once we're done talking about time and money, let's get to the next important aspect of relationships. Compared to attention and time, who is more important? Your time is a finite resource, so in order to be productive you need to direct your attention. In fact, your time is not really yours because it doesn't produce anything unless you give it some direction. This can be tough because of how hardwiring us towards distractions makes staying on task difficult. Think about how much time is wasted by looking at the people around you, including yourself. Imagine how many minutes you have to spend on useless tasks each day. You have to find a way to get rid of them. That's why you can't help but fall into the 3 pits we mentioned last video: inexplicably join in the fun, follow the crowd impatiently, and break the hearts of others. In fact, not only do you get into the pit, you even enjoy it. So from a value point of view, attention is greater than time. In order to get along with my wife, I used a series of methods, and managed not to quarrel with her for more than 20 years. This means that you will be able to concentrate better and do more. Just think how much you would accomplish if your mind was always fresh. So looking back, what did I do? It's actually quite simple to say. Spend enough time with her. If possible, spend enough money on her as well. The essence of this approach is that I tend to communicate with her in a way that doesn't distract me from the good work I'm doing. This will allow me to create more value. We all know that communication takes time and energy. Therefore, this is a common problem because when a word can't be understood correctly, it may need to be repeated in order to make the meaning more clear. You need to change the pattern and explain it several times from various angles, so that the other party and yourself can form a sufficiently complete understanding of consensus. I can give you an example. The vast majority of girls believe that boys who don't reply right away to texts, or don't pick up the phone straight away, the girls might think the boy doesn't love or care of them. In fact, I near constantly worry about when I'll be interrupted from my task. Things like getting a phone call or text message may take my attention away from what I'm working on. In order to avoid this problem, my phone is always set in silent OT off. So I have to spend a lot of time and energy trying to get my wife to understand that when I'm focusing on my work, I shouldn't accept any interruptions. When I stop and rest, I'll take care of those unread texts and missed calls. However, as you can see from the previous example, this is not an easy task. I have to say it many times, use the facts to prove it many times, and show her every example that can be encountered around me. Looking back, I use my own example simply to tell you that because attention is the most important thing, I trade my time and money for sustained attention. By the way, many families become unhappy because they don't spend time together. In other words, it's as simple as making time for each other. From the point of view of value, attention on time money, so paying is picking up cheap. As we said before, our goal is that one day in the future, we no longer need to sell our time for life. Because selling time is not cost effective, because the value of time is higher than the value of money. Now we can give another angle of explanation. The reason why your time can be sold is because it is generally more cost effective to spend money on time. Spend a couple of minutes every day rereading the following sentence. Time that can be bought with money is cheap, attention that can be bought with time is value. Please leave me feedback for these questions under the video. 1. In the past period of time, what are the cheap ones you paid for? Not to mention this channel is of course great value, there is no doubt about that. 2. In the past period of time, where have you been wasting your time and attention where you could pick up a bargain? 3. In the past period of time, how many times have you been in a bad mood all day because of quarrels with your family? 4. If you need constant attention but are repeatedly interrupted, have you come up with any effective countermeasures? 5. Where did you ignore the order of value of your assets, and you suffered a big loss? If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumb up and share with your friend. Thank you for your watching.